Welcome to EDU World Space.
The system here, the two cases, and we want to prove the equation for the gravity. And so we can say for case one, we have that the sum of forces in the y direction, of course, would be equaling weight sub 1 minus weight plus the buoyancy force of the sinker. And then this would be minus the weight of the sinker. And we know this to be equaling 0. We are going to apply the sum of forces to then case 2. The sum of forces here would be equaling the weight sub 2 plus the buoyancy force of the object minus the weight plus the buoyancy force of the sinker. Apologies, capital B. Again, plus the buoyancy force of the sinker minus the weight of the sinker. We know this is equaling, again, 0. So since both add to 0, we can equate these two equations and say that then the buoyancy force of the object would be equaling the volume of the object multiplied by the density of water times g. This would be equaling the mass of the object divided by the density of the object multiplied by the density of water times g. This would be equaling the mass of the object times g multiplied by the density of water divided by the density of the object. And according to the definition of specific gravity, this would equal the weight divided by the weight of the object divided by the specific gravity of the object. And so we can say weight sub 1 minus W plus the buoyancy force of the sinker minus the weight of the sinker. This is equaling weight sub 2 plus the buoyancy force of the object minus the weight W plus the buoyancy force of the sinker minus the weight of the sinker. And so we can then say that weight sub 1 equals weight sub 2 plus the buoyancy force of the object. This would be equal to weight sub 2 plus the weight of the object divided by the specific gravity. And so we can prove that the specific gravity does indeed equal the weight of the object divided weight sub 1 minus weight sub 2. This would be us essentially proving the equation for the specific gravity of the object. That is the end of the solution. Thank you for watching.